Hello. Happy Wednesday, midway through the week. Welcome. Hope everybody's good out there. Anybody who might be watching. I'm doing very well myself. There we go. Okay, so I'm still working on this doorway piece. This is the session number 8, I think. Session 9, holy shit. Already 9 sessions into this. At first it looked like it was going really fast, but then when you start getting into the detail of it, it starts to slow down a bit. But the last few sessions have been kind of short. Today's session is going to be a bit short as well. So, last time I did this general area. A lot of work down here in the shadows. Not 100% happy with everything there, but you know, close enough. Hey Desert Tom, how are you? Thank you. Don't know if it'll be that amazing today. In fact, I think I might boost up the contrast so you guys can see what I'm doing, because I'm going to be working in this area over here, and it's really dark, so I know it might be difficult to see. Let me just see if I can bump it up a bit. Let's see. First, let's zoom it in a bit. Okay. Now let's see what we can do with the exposure. Gain. You can see it a lot better like that, even though it's overexposed. Okay, I think that's about good. See it a little bit better. Some music on. Okay, I think I'm ready. I'll need hugs. Get a couple brushes in my hand that I think will be the right size for the kind of leaves and the things I'm going to be doing over here. Looks like it needs a little bit more dark tone in it and a lot more light tones. The undertones are pretty much established though. Just right through here it needs to be a little darker in some places. I'm going to start there. A little bit more liquid. Okay, I'm going to need some more green on my palette here as well. There we go, sap green. I'm going to be using some sap green, a little bit of Viridian. I got something called Terra Verte. It's kind of like an earthy green, but it's very, very like, it's kind of experimental because somebody gave it to me. My friend James Allen, great artist, gave me this Terra Verte. But it's very, very like transparent, and it doesn't have a lot of body to it, so it's hard to mix with anything else. So that's just kind of an experiment, but it does look like there's some of those tones in there, so I might add it in. Okay, let's see how this looks. Real dark. It's okay. Maybe a heavier brush just to get some of this on a little bit more in like larger areas where I need it. This brush just eats it up. It's like I had a pile of paint there, it just soaked it all up. Desert Tom, what are you up to? What are you up to today? How are you feeling? Any big plans? I've been home today. Today's my every other week I have Wednesdays off, and then alternating weeks I work from home. But today was my day off to watch my little boy this morning. Now he's just taking a nap with his mom, and I'm painting. A little bit late start, so it won't be too long today because cut it close to dinner time. And I need to help out with all that stuff too, so. You see what I'm doing here? It's still too dark. Eating a muffin. Sounds like a plan for the day. Sit on the couch and eat muffins. Can you see what I'm working on? Is it too dark still? I know I'm working dark onto dark, so it's really tough, but it is, you can see what I'm doing. I can see what I'm doing, like quite There's a big difference. So if you can't see it, let me know, because I'll bump up that contrast even more, that exposure on the camera, so you can see it a bit more. When you're working with really dark paint on dark painting, especially on panel, sometimes the stuff doesn't show up. It looks really dull and flat, and as soon as you varnish it, all those dark colors and rich colors come out like really quick. So I remember that, but I mean, when I put down a new color and it's still wet, it looks so much more vivid than everything else, and I always feel like I need to go around making everything else more vivid, but actually the colors will start to come out more when I varnish it, because when I first put them on they were bright. A little bit of it is, you know, the drying and the absorption of the paint and the pigment into the ground, the black ground, which is like chalkboard kind of consistency, and really does soak up a lot. I'm just kind of looking at the image that I'm working from and kind of randomly going around and making sure that my dark tones are dark enough before I start to put the highlights on top. Always working myself, I always work from dark to light. And naturally, especially with a bush like this, the shadows are sitting kind of, for the most part, behind the bits that are sticking up, which are highlighted. So I'd want the darks to be, the shadow tones to be on the bottom. Trade brushes to a smaller brush now, so I can do some of these little parts that are sticking out. A little hard to see the actual brush strokes, okay. I don't know if you'll actually be able to see them. I can try, let's see here. Let me see. Okay, I bumped it up a little bit more, so hopefully you'll be able to see what I'm doing. It does make it look a little hazy. Is that better? Okay, good. It makes it look a little hazy. I think what you're seeing makes it look a little bit like it's got a film over it, which it doesn't look like that obviously in real life, but it's okay. You can see what I'm doing at least, which is good. Till Thompson, hello, how are you? Great to see you. Till Thompson, who's in the chat, who's just come in. He's a really incredible painter. Give him a follow. If you click on his name, it should take you to his page. Or I can actually, let me do a shout out here. I'll give you a link. You'll enjoy watching his stuff. Incredible painter of lots of portraits, a lot of screen caps from movies and stuff, like very, very cinematic style stuff. Let's see. There we go. Anybody else who's lurking there in the chat? Phil Thompson, if you don't know who he is, he's just an incredible painter. I think he's, Phil Thompson, you're fairly new to streaming, aren't you? But, well, so am I, but I think you're even more recent than me. German artist, beautiful work. He's going to... Sounds like a vinyl with a problem. Uh-oh, is there some problems with the audio? Hey Shelby Iris, how are you? You guys all hearing the problem with the music? Oh, it looks like maybe we're having some problems here. Let me try something here. The music sounds like it's skipping. Weird. Okay. Just gonna take it off for a second. Have to re-add it. Oh, weird. I'm sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I think that makes sense, Thompson. Sounds like it's skipping. Let me just add it back on here and see if it works. If not, I'll have to restart. Maybe it's something to do with my audio player here. Hey, dear Felix, how are you? Just trying to figure out a problem with the audio for a sec. Sorry. That's not doing it. Yeah, I was having problems, so I've turned it off for a second. I'm going to try restarting Spotify and see if that works. Yeah, I'm doing well, thank you. Dear Felix, nice to see you. Right. I've been working just a little bit of the dark tones into this, a little of the darker tones into this bush here. Okay, let's try this.
Farmhouse oak,
Okay.
still used.
Guys, tell me if the... I know it's really loud, hold on.
Faded flags and lots of dogs. Neon cross on top of a block of flats and a church. Not as usual.
Tell me if the music sounds better now. Now it's working good. Okay, good. Just in time. Let me start this song over. I like this song. Thanks for letting me know, Till Thompson, that wasn't working. So I'm about, how many hours into this am I? This is my 9th session. I would say between 2 and 3 hours per session. So what's that? In between, somewhere between 18 and 20, 25 hours, somewhere around there. It's a little bit deceiving because when I first set up the painting, it went really fast. It looked like it was coming together really quick. But then when you start going into the colors, adding details, adding textures, tightening up all these details, it just takes longer. You have to start working around it again, you know, and people are probably thinking, well, it looked like it was done after the second session. Why are you doing so much? But obviously things do look drastically different, especially in person. Twitch chat does not see any changes for 5 sessions. Yeah. Could be a bit louder. Okay, cool. Let me know if the music sounds okay there. Levels. Yeah, Till Thompson, I mean, we can see all the nuances when you're working on things in person. But when you're watching it on screen, it's hard to see the progress sometimes. I'm going to add a couple little low lights, little dark tones into this bush over here too. Perfect? Okay, good. A lot of details can be shown on Twitch can't be shown due to resolution and color quality. Yeah, actually, Desert Tom was asking a question, which I thought was a really good question. He was asking why my image down here, that image down here in the corner, looks so much more potent and orangey, yellowy than my picture does, and actually they're not that far apart to my eye, but to you probably can't see the saturation of the color is lost a little bit on screen. But Till Thompson, I guess if you I don't know if you have to be made partner or if if Twitch just decides that you're a serious streamer and then they give you a better frame rate, they give you a better image quality somehow. So I think that's something to shoot for, you know. Hope you guys are all having a good Wednesday. Okay, a little bit smaller brush. Ectoplasma! Hello, how are you? Cuddles for you, Ecto. How are you? It's been a while. Hope you've been well. I don't know if I've seen you since before Christmas with Fiend. My dual stream with Fiend. Which was a lot of fun. So I'm just putting in some little hints of leaves that are sticking out here, right around where they overlap with the light here. These kind of things give the realism really quickly. Haven't been too much around. Your teams chat a little, but nothing besides that really. Okay, cool. Hope everything's alright. You're trying to play with the white balance and the contrast saturation of your camera. Default is not. Yeah, I have actually. I actually just bumped it up. Hey, Bylong. Hey, Bylong. Thank you for the follow. I didn't get, for some reason my notification didn't come on. The sound didn't. Probably because I just fixed my sound. Let me just try this again. Or relaunch that. Okay, there we go. Sound's working now. It's my second ACC following YouTube. Oh, you're Felix. Right on. Thanks, Felix, for your second account follow. That's a big honor, actually. I think when somebody has two accounts and they follow you with both, I think that's one of the highest honors you can get on Twitch. I appreciate that, Felix. Thank you very much. Now you have to decide which one you're going to watch me through. Felix, remind me where you're based. Whereabouts are you in the world? You got a lot better color since you did it manually. Yeah, see, my colors were okay, but I actually, because I'm working in the dark part here, Till Thompson, I bumped up the, I just heightened the gain and the exposure, and what it did is wash out some of the other colors, so I can tinker with a little bit more, but it's okay. I think I'm alright for the moment. Because I think if I tinker too much with it, you won't be able to see anything I'm doing down here in the dark parts. Just on that, because you need to do some settings. Do I mean where are you from? Yeah, where are you from? Now I don't know whether to call you. I don't know whether to call you DeFreelix or Bylong. We've got some more people in the chat now. Just make sure you give Till Thompson a follow. Till Thompson, amazing artist, if you guys aren't already following him. You're from Germany as well. Okay, so is Till Thompson. Say what you want. Just don't call you late for dinner. Classic. I'll call you whatever name shows up on the chat. Okay. I'm feeling like I've got enough of the darks kind of blocked in here. We'll start going for some of the midtones again. Just kind of broadly. See what we got here. It's alright, that's good color. I'm going to try zooming you guys in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing a bit more. If I turn that gain up, it looks horrible. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to leave it like that for a second so you guys can see a bit better. It's not a true reflection, again, of what I'm doing, because it is brighter. As long as you can see it. So I'm starting with a bigger brush. I've got a couple other smaller ones in my hand so I can alternate really quickly between broader strokes and slightly more detailed. Hey Sunny Amber, how are you? Welcome back. Good to see you. I'm doing very well, thank you. Thanks for asking. Just pretty standard, pretty relaxed Wednesday. I have Wednesdays off from work, so I watch my son in the mornings, and then in the afternoons I try to stream. So that's what's been happening today. Just started a little bit late for the stream today, but still be able to get a little bit done. Oh wow, you taught your chat in the stream is RIP because I wanted to show like Punkier's art stream, but I didn't know I need to update the link. I don't quite get that. I don't quite understand why long. You thought your stream was RIP, was RIP? You wanted to show him like Gear's art stream. I didn't know. Oh, your link on the CLR browser. I see. I understand what you're saying. Kind of understand that.
China
Did he just say Kappa? Sounded like Alt J just said Kappa. Maybe he's a Twitcher. Yep, so I mean the capture of your chat in the stream, yeah. Yep, I know exactly. That's exactly what I thought you meant. I'm definitely happier with the tones that I'm laying over the top of this. It's amazing how faded and like washed out these colors get once they dry on this black surface. But like I said, once I varnish it, I think some of those colors will pop back out. It's a bit frustrating though, because you're working on it thinking I need to make this deeper, darker, richer. Trying to get it to look good before you varnish it. It's not always possible. Sometimes it needs to be varnished to bring out the final richness colors. Gonna need some more greens on my palette in a minute here. It's starting to run dry on them. I'm mixing a little bit of burnt umber into all my greens right now, because these greens, they're definitely not straight greens. They're not potent. They're like very washed out greens. Even though they might look kind of mossy green, but they're actually got a lot of black and brown and a little bit of Naples yellow, which kind of washes it out again. So it's definitely not full potency. And because you're seeing like this bush lit up at night, it's not going to be full sunlight kind of greens. So I'm really trying to make sure that the greens don't look too jarring or overwhelming. just really, really lightly dabbing on some of these highlights. These aren't the brightest highlights, these are kind of the second to brightest. But I'm trying to be really careful not to do too much, because this could really easily start to look like it's too high contrast. If I got too many highlights going on in there. Just picking out some of the parts that I can see in the painting in the image that I'm working from that stand out immediately as really bright areas. Maybe you can even see on the image down there on the corner that I'm working from the parts that you think look the brightest because it's all reduced down. So you're back in your main channel. You're away from keyboard. Okay, cool. No problem. Thanks to Felix for being here. I appreciate it. I'm gonna have something to eat too. I'm gonna have a gummy worm. No, it's a gummy caterpillar, to be specific. Bend over 69, how are you? How long has this taken in total so far? About in between 20 and 25 hours, somewhere around there so far. It's probably got another 10 hours to go, I would say. Aw, thanks, Bendover. I love saying your name. I know some people don't, but I do. Totally do. I sometimes just say it just for fun. Not even on stream. Sometimes I just walk around and go, Bendover 69. It sounds like it's a choice. Your name sounds like a choice. Bendover 69. Your choice.
Change your heart and we'll astound you. And I need your loving like the sunshine. Everybody's gonna learn sometime. Everybody's gotta learn sometime.
By some fetish door lover, perhaps. This is not a commission, no. This is just a series of doors that I've been working on over quite a few years. I've done a few doors, and I'm very interested in doing more doors. I like the doors. I like to band the doors, and I like the doors on houses. I like lots of kinds of doors. If you check out my website, you'll see some of my other doors. Some nighttime doors, some daytime doors. Only done a few, but I definitely plan on doing a couple more probably. The nighttime ones are tough though. Very tough to paint a lot of detail into shadows.
Everybody's gotta learn sometime. Everybody's gotta learn sometime. Everybody's gotta learn sometime.
Yes, we did get some snow in London. On Monday, I think it was, or Sunday night. It was cool. Don't get very much snow here. Of course, everybody gets excited thinking that if it snows a little bit more that they don't have to go to work, because pretty much when it snows here, the rail system's kind of shut down. It's not equipped to handle it. Especially if you travel a long way into London, but I don't. I'm pretty close to London, like to central London where I work.
Everybody's gotta learn sometime.
I keep stepping back from this. I mean, you probably see me on walking back and forth. Constantly stepping back and taking this in to see, is it too much detail? Is it not enough? Where does it need more? You can't see that up close. You just can't take it all in. You need to look at it from a perspective of how somebody's going to stand back and look at this as a whole piece and say, okay, look at the whole thing. Is this taking my eye away from focal point? Is there too much little nitpicky detail going on? Okay, I'm feeling pretty good about it. Now I'm going to go to the bright highlights. Maybe put in just a couple more of these midtones just in a broad way rather than a specific way. Just to get rid of some of these little pinpoint dot kind of things I've done. When I stand back and I see the little dotty parts, sometimes it looks like there's too many, sometimes it looks like there's not enough. So I kind of wipe them out or make them broader, make them a little bit more hazy, like by blending them a little bit. Other times I'm like, okay, it needs a little bit more specific dots, highlights, and spots of lowlights through here. So I'll just put it in, step back, see how it looks. Okay, I'm going to start mixing my color for my brighter highlights. Got a little bit more yellow to it. Where the light's catching those leaves. And I'm going to go to a thinner brush even. Start with the brightest parts. Everyone's so kind on the road. Shambhala. Don't think it's going to need too much. I don't know if you can see how quickly that's starting to just make it feel lifelike. Just a couple little highlights, and it starts to feel like it's really coming together. Definitely need a couple on top here to find the edge of this thing. Still trying to be really sketchy and not too worried about where the individual leaves fall, just really just balancing out where it needs something and where it doesn't need anything more. You're back waiting until your pizza is finished? Pizza? Oh man, I want some pizza. I think you just gave me an idea for dinner. I want to order a pizza, that's what I feel like. I haven't had like a pizza delivered from like a good pizza place for so long. You're gonna head off and get something to eat. Cool. How about some pizza? Thank you very much, Bendover. Thanks for stopping by. It's always good to see you. Hope to see you again soon. Don't be a stranger. Y'all come back now, you hear? You sorry, and you picnic. Come on, come on. I can tell next time I come back to this and it's dry, I'm gonna have to redo some highlights because they're gonna definitely absorb a bit and dull down a bit. But that's okay, that's what I like to do because it really helps to build a sense of layering. Don't want to forget about this guy over here. We could use some more green. Happy little bush. Down. Actually, as I'm painting this, I can already see it drying and becoming more flat and dull. So definitely when I varnish it, those colors are going to pop back out. Nice new emote on Twitch, standard emote, so right on. You got the dog, love it. And who's this dude with the freaky looking... No, that's my closing song, can't play that. This dude doing that freaky face. Okay, now I'm going to do some really bright highlight. Just a couple. Still needs to be darker there. I can't quite get it as dark as I need it. Hope I have to come back to it next time. Try this, just for a sec. Closer. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it there. He says as he continues to work. Okay, so kind of a short session, I know, but every time I get a little chunk of this thing closer to finished. Let me just give you a better idea. Let me zoom you out a little bit. And I'm going to just turn that contrast back down a little bit in that exposure. No, let's put that back up. Okay. So the contrast is a little bit more than what it actually looks like. It's looking a little bit too dark and light for you guys, but you're missing some of the subtle tones in here. I think that, I don't know if you can really see it. You can see better if I do that, if I crank it up. If I crank up the exposure, you can see kind of a lot more of what's going on in there, but it makes it look too bright. Makes the whole painting look too bright. But anyway, you can see. So last time I worked around here, this time I worked around here. That's a big quarter of the painting that's a lot closer to finished. I've done a lot of this area, worked into this bush today. I think next time I'm really going to start to tackle the actual door, the details of the door, which is still pretty, this is pretty rough. Don't want to overdo it again, but I will bring the colors and the brightness and contrast out. So, it's fun, it's exciting. Actually, next time I stream, I'm not sure I'm going to work on this piece. I think I'm going to do possibly a mixed media piece for the alla prima contest. If you guys don't know about it, there is a mixed media contest that alla prima is putting on, and I'm part of the alla prima stream team, and I definitely want to try to take part in it. If you check out alla-prima.net, I'm just going to throw up the link. Razo, hello, thanks for the host. I'm just leaving. I'm just about to go off stream, but I'm just talking about, let me see, alla-prima. Here you go, alla-prima.net. And that's not .me. Don't click on that. There we go. Looks like Rosa was trying to hit me with it. Allaprima.net. If you check it out, there is a contest. I believe Rosa will be able to help me with this. I think the deadline is the 27th of January. You got balloted. Yeah, so for the mixed media contest, you can send your pieces. All the instructions are there on the alla prima site. I'm going to try to do a piece next time, I believe. Yeah, one more week for that. Rozo's helping me out. Rozo's the guy who's running this, so be nice to him if you want to win.